Tonight on KGW News, Gresham students walk out over safety.
No one should be scared of a gun coming to school.
How the district is defending its decision not to put the school into lockdown. Plus, the search for a repeat thief caught on camera hitting another local school where it hurts the most. Then, why it looks like you'll have to pay up to cross the interstate bridge even before the new one gets built. But first,
you know, what I did, I wouldn't say it was heroic or anything like that. It's our job.
A firefighter who ran into a burning home opens up about the terrifying night that changed his life forever. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Mulco. That Gresham firefighter Spencer Tejeda suffered critical injuries and is now back with his family, taking his recovery one step at a time. Devin Haskins has the story of what you might call a humble hero.
What began as a normal day, May 30th, will forever live in Spencer Tejeda's mind.
The dispatch came in that there was a potential for a victim, and that just kind of sets everybody in a different mindset going into it.
A house was full of smoke and fire, Gresham Fire responding. Tejeda's heard a woman crying that her child might be inside.
I just remember in my brain, it just kind of kicked into another gear, and I knew we were going to go into rescue mode.
Smoke inside the house was neck high, fire above him. They searched the hallways and bedrooms and saw fire in a bathroom. Time was critical. It was either wait for water or risk his own safety for the life of another.
I felt like the risk we were about to take and the reward of potentially saving somebody outweighed us waiting around for a hose line.
The fire had gotten hotter and fueled by oxygen. Tejeda's was caught in a flashover of flames.
And all of a sudden, like this unsettling feeling in my stomach, and just the heat overall else just overcame me. And on the back of my neck, I just knew it was bad.
He had been severely burned and would spend the next 3 months in the ICU. In early September, he walked out to a chorus of cheers on his way to spend the next couple of weeks at a rehab center. And late last month, he went home.
Doing a lot better since I got home. This is day 6.
He's adjusting to life with limitations, but not letting them slow him down.
All 4 fingers on my left hand had to be amputated, as well as some of my thumb, and then pinky over here, and then my pointer finger. So, I don't know, 1, 2.5, 3, 4.5 fingers left. So,
what Spencer does have is an appreciation for the community he serves and a family surrounding him.
What I did, I wouldn't say it was heroic or anything like that. It's our job, and it's what I signed up to do.
Devin Haskins, KGW News.
Tonight, the Gresham Barlow School District is responding to criticism over why it did not put Gresham High into lockdown after administrators learned a student on campus had a gun. The district says because the student was already in a classroom at the time, a, quote, controlled, deliberate response was needed. It also released a timeline from the morning of September 20th, saying around 10:30, a community member came to the school to report a possible student had pulled a gun on them outside the building. About 90 minutes earlier, the district says, administrators say they immediately started reviewing security video to try to identify that student. About 30 minutes later, they removed said student from class, took them to the office, and called the police. Meanwhile, students at Gresham High walked out today calling for better security measures, saying the incident left them with a lack of confidence in school leadership and, moreover, feeling unsafe.
They should bring back the police, because I did hear that there was police before, and maybe even metal detectors if they need to.
Parents don't want to get a phone call like, hey, your kid just died, I'm so sorry to hear this. No, there should be something happening about this, because it's going to get worse every single year.
The district says it plans to host a safety town hall on October 29th to go over current safety measures with parents and students and to discuss how they can improve. Meanwhile, the Beaverton School District has requested a state mediator to help make progress in negotiations with its teachers union. That's after it said negotiations, which have been ongoing since February, have essentially stalled. On Monday, teachers rallied outside of schools saying striking is not off the table. The union telling us they're looking for better pay, benefits, and a more inclusive learning environment. Developing tonight, police in Tigard are asking for help tracking down a serial burglar they say has targeted the same school building over and over. And as Alma McCarty shows us, the ones losing out the most here are the students.
We're not really sure why it's this particular property.
Surveillance video from a Tigard Tualatin school building shows a curious scene. One investigators say has played out not once, not twice, but 5 times.
We do think it's one person.
Kelsey Anderson with the police department says this goes back more than a year. The latest break-in just last month. That time, the suspect broke a window to the district's resource wing, targeting the caring closet and taking clothes and shoes meant for students who need them. During previous occasions, like this one, caught on camera last December, he took speakers, other times laptops and other property, burglarizing the building in the middle of the night.
For somebody to break in and steal office equipment, that's hurtful enough, but to target those items that are specifically set aside for students who really need them, that makes it, I think, even worse.
Tigard Tualatin schools equally frustrated, writing in a statement, "This puts in jeopardy donations to our most needy students, and we'd appreciate the public's help in putting a stop to these thefts." Anderson says multiple hits and thousands of dollars later, officers need the assistance.
We really want to try and make sure that we are doing everything we can to try and identify this person.
The district has added additional security, including more motion detectors and other deterrents to keep this from happening again. Meantime, if you do recognize the suspect, call or email Tigard Police. David?
Yeah, let's hope someone turns him in. Thank you, Alma. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines, a Troutdale man convicted of murdering a college student over 4 decades ago has now been sentenced to life in prison. In March, a Multnomah County judge found 60-year-old Robert Plimpton guilty in the killing of 19-year-old Barbara Tucker. Tucker was sexually assaulted and beaten to death near a parking lot at Mount Hood Community College in 1980. The case went cold. The new technology allowed police to test DNA evidence, which led to a break in the case. Well, it appears drivers will have to pay to cross the I-5 bridge between Portland and Vancouver even before a new bridge is complete. Transportation officials from Washington and Oregon met yesterday to discuss future toll rates to help offset the cost of building the crossing. As it stands, tolling would begin in spring of 2026. That's after construction starts. One-way tolls would range from $1.55 to $3.20. After the bridge is finished, tolls could go up to $3.65. And the fire marshal has officially lifted the burn ban for the city of Portland and all of Multnomah County. This was first put into place in June. Fire officials say even so, you should only burn dried cordwood, preferably in a fire ring or elevated pit to keep the flame no taller than 2 feet and to make sure fires are fully extinguished. This evening, we're keeping an eye on the Boeing machinist strike, now closing in on 3 weeks, with today the first missed paychecks for some 30,000 workers still on the picket lines. Despite that, union members say they are going strong and that they've been preparing for this for a decade. The union says members are now receiving $250 a week of strike pay, but would not specify how long that will last. Some workers have even taken temporary part-time jobs.
You know, this is born out of a long 10-year extension where they had stagnated wages. They lost their defined benefit pension. There was a massive cost shift on health care, and they had to pay for all of that with stagnated wages across a period of the highest inflation that we've seen in the last 40 years.
The union rejected Boeing's latest offer, which the company described as its best and final, offering a 30% pay raise over 4 years. The two sides have not met since last Friday.